Okay, I think it's time. Oh, let's see our big teeth coming in. I think it's time for tiny suitcases. Oh, and biscuits. Oh, the Sippy Sip's gonna make some biscuits. Oh, look at this handsome fellow. They've done a lot of rearranging. I love rearranging. Oh. So, tomorrow, the boys are going home. We're all going to miss them. I'm going to miss them. They're going to a wonderful family from Washington. They're going to have 3 older brothers and sisters, kitty brothers and sisters. And hey, oh, the purring, so much purring. So they are hoping to go to laps around 10:30 when they open, do the paperwork, and then come here. So maybe around 11:30. It's hard to say exactly, but something like that. Oh, they're so sweet. I'm definitely going to miss them because they've been hanging out just with the cats, my cats, for a while now. Quite a while. Right, boys? They've had a growth spurt in the last week. City Sibs has his big boy teeth. Jag is teething right now. Ooh, get it. They've both been microchipped, which is great. Microchipped and tattooed. Oh, so handsome. They're both very handsome. And what else? Oh, not very graceful. I'm sure these guys will miss them. The teens will probably run up. They've now learned to run upstairs every time I come upstairs, which is a lot because my office is up here. They run up here and stand outside the door because they think they can steal kitten food, which often they do. So suitcases, they have so many things, so many accessories that doesn't even fit in the suitcases anymore. So you remember the blankets. See, this is Jaguars. I know, how adorable is that? So cool. We love them. So they will smell like Panther and Margay and Lynx. So they will have some familiar smells going home with them. Siberias. These are from Pam K. Whoops. So thank you, Pam, for making these. They're awesome. And she also made these really cool catnip squares that they love. The other one's over there. So they each get one of those. And then these are for Marg. It's for next year. For next year. Right, boys? Because we didn't quite make Christmas this year, but next year we will. Oh, I know. And of course, there's Jaggy Jags. Here is Jaggy Jags and City Sibs. And the other catnip square. Oh, look at the Jag surveying his loot. Oh, what good boys. So, yes, they'll be going home fully accessorized. It's about probably a 2 or 2.5 hour drive, depending on the way to the border. We have all the paperwork, so hopefully everything will go smoothly. They don't need rabies shots until 6 months, so they should be all set to get across the border easily. They did get microchipped because the tattoos don't work in the States. So I thought that was a good idea. Oh, Bunny. Bunny's trying to get some food. Let's see, what else? Oh, they're so handsome. They've come a long way since the first couple of days. Remember when they first came out and they were so scared? We hardly saw Jag. And then he got the ringworm, so he had to go into the ISO room, and then we never saw him. And then he came back later. They were all so sick. And now look at them. Who would have thought they'd become such little snuggle bunnies? Yes. Such good boys. And I'm so glad they get to stay together. So thank you, Constance and Denise, for adopting them both together. That was the thing that I wanted the most. Out of this litter, I was most concerned about these two. So it's because they're so bonded. You've seen how bonded they are. So I can't wait. They don't love car rides. It's not their favorite thing, but I have no doubt that once they arrive and they start to get settled, they're going to have so much fun. Yes, they are. Oh my goodness. They become little purr bunnies too. So much purring. And City says he will follow me around and meow because he wants to be picked up. Jag's a little more coy. He will run up and then he'll kind of scamper just out of reach. Yes, so yep, City Sibs, we're lucky he's still with us. That's for sure. Definitely lucky he's still here. I think he knows that he's lucky. You can kind of tell. Now he's walking on the keyboard. What a good boy. What a good boy. He's more solid, and Jaggy Jag is kind of long and skinny right now because he's having a growth spurt. Oh, so handsome. And he's got new whiskers growing in that are all completely gray. Where he still has a few left from when he was so sick that turned white. But the new ones are starting to grow in. He's got a clean bill of health from Dr. Ferguson. Yes, I remember also when I was driving to Dr. Ferguson's house with Sibby Sibs, I had the radio off so that I could hear that he was still breathing. I was so worried that he was just going to stop breathing. And then there's not really much you can do beyond fluids and antibiotics, so she did that. And then when I brought him home, I don't know if you remember, but or if you noticed, but he was sneezing blood, just spraying blood all over, and it was really awful. It was so awful. I was very worried, but he pulled through. And now perfectly healthy, no lasting effects. So, thank goodness for Dr. Ferguson, because I would have taken him to the emergency vet, but there's no way they would have sent me home with fluids and things to do here, and it just would have been, I don't know what we would have done. It would have been thousands of dollars more expensive, and I don't know. So, very thankful to Dr. Ferguson and Mountain View. You're a scamp. Yep, so now we just have to get Leo and Boblet home. Hopefully by next week. They can go. What do you have on your foot? You can't have you meeting your family with crusty foot. Where are you going? Where are you going? I did their nails a couple days ago. I should make sure they're still pretty good. You tell them, Bunny. Oh, is Barty not in here? Nope. Bunny's had a big day. Very exciting slow motion attack with get that tail. So I was testing the bathroom in my office for ringworm, and I had the window open to air out all the bleach smell, and one of the first mama cat I got from Laps actually was brought into Laps by the RCMP after a drug raid, and she had 6 2-day-old babies, but she was pretty wild. Oh, that's not graceful. She was pretty wild, and she didn't really want to be inside, and so even though her babies were there, so she chewed a hole in my screen trying to escape. And so today I'm in there testing, and I look up, and Pantsaroo's on the windowsill on his way out, and Bunny had already gone out the window and was sitting on the roof. So, oh my goodness. You too. You need a healthy outlet for your attackiness. He is in a rambunctious mood. So anyway, so she went out onto the roof looking for snacks, and so I had to do a head count to make sure everyone was inside, and then I had to get her back inside, which she just came right back in. But for a moment, I was like, where did everybody go? So, note to self, get screen fixed at some point. Usually I just crack that window. We have those stopper things so that it can only open like 2 inches. Like the one here is only open. It's got like a stopper so someone can't break in. But I had it wider than that because of the bleach. Anyway, very exciting day for the bunny. The bunny was not charmed by the roof particularly. And she did not find any snacks there. The bunny. So I just had, well, I caught Pantheroo as he was, like that's, I don't know if you were watching, you probably saw me lunge toward the toilet. That was me catching him as he was jumping and throwing him back inside. And then all I had to do was just lean out. I ran outside to see, because I couldn't see her from the window because she was a little bit around the corner. So I ran outside and I saw her then sitting right on the next eave or whatever, pointy part. And so I just leaned out the window, and once she saw me and I started talking to her, she just came right, she just like, you know, cat crawled back in with her eyes as round as I've ever seen them. She was very excited to come back inside. And she was all puffy. She had a big puffy tail and a mohawk. She gets a mohawk with her puffy tail. Oh, so the black light. Actually, I think Kim has my black light, but no, I don't think you can see it on. I think the only time you can see something fluorescing is if it's the entire hair shaft that fluoresces. This is something that I've learned about since this whole thing. And the species of ringworm we had is supposedly does not fluoresce. So whatever I saw fluorescing was likely not actually ringworm. So it just goes to show you how little we actually know about ringworm. It was definitely comforting at the time, though, when I thought that when I was blacklighting the cats and nothing was showing up, that it meant that there was nothing there. I don't know. So we will never really know about. I don't know. We're gonna have to do some. I'm gonna have to do some more. Whoa! Holy moly! That was amazing. I don't know if you saw that. That was quite a jump from the Siberius. And Jaggy Jag. Anyway, we're gonna have to do some more, I think, tests next year when we get our ringworm cats in. I think we're trying to learn. We're trying to learn more about how to identify it with fluorescing, and if it's possible. You can supposedly identify it under a microscope. But it can be easy to miss or identify wrong. So I don't know. We still have a ways to go with the whole ringworm thing. But that is a long, rambly answer to the question. But no, I don't have my blacklight, and if I did, it probably would not help. Because it only, so based on what I've learned since then, the only valid fluorescing you will see is an entire hair shaft will fluoresce apple green. And if you're seeing anything else, it's not an active, it's not fluorescing because of an active ringworm infection. So, I don't know. adorable kittens. So the 2-day test, the PCR test, is very sensitive. PCR is a method of testing which can be used on a number of things. So ringworm is just one thing that it can test for, and it was developed for use in humans. And what it does is basically break everything down and then amplify any DNA that's found. So if we're looking for ringworm DNA, it will basically replicates. So if it finds like a single spore, the DNA from a single spore, it can replicate that and make a larger sample of it so that it's easier to detect. So it's more sensitive than a fungus A, and it has faster results. But it seems as if it's harder to tell whether the positive is from just contamination, like there are spores in the fur, or if it's actually from an active infection, meaning that the cat's actual hair follicle is infected and producing spores. Because you can come home, you can go to the grocery store and come home with spores on you from ringworm. And, that could get on your cat, and that could, in theory, test positive. But your cats, most healthy adult cats, have the defenses to not get infected, even if they come in contact with spores, so it's not that big of a deal. It's really only when their immune system is compromised and or they have some sort of skin trauma, like a scratch or an abrasion, or if they're young kittens, and in these guys' case, they were young and their immune systems were completely shot, so they didn't stand a chance. But anyway, so the PCR test will definitely tell you if ringworm is present, but it will not. My understanding is it will not necessarily tell you if there's an active infection or if it's just contamination. So another long, rambly answer, but the fungus A continues to be kind of the gold standard in testing, because you can identify, you can count the number of colonies that have grown, and then you can examine them microscopically to confirm that it's ringworm, and also it helps you come up with a score of how bad the infection is. But this all depends on how good of a sample you collect and how well it's impregnated into the growing medium, etc. So there are lots of variable points in the process, which is part of why it's so frustrating. Because still, even after all of this research we've done and kind of talking to various vets and things, there's still a lot of, we still have a lot of unknowns, and it still takes a long time to cure. Even Laps's process for treating is actually pretty good. Even after doing the research, they've been doing pretty much everything right. It just takes a long time to cure, and it's very contagious. But I'm hoping that the PCR can do faster diagnosis and faster first negatives. And then maybe we would confirm that with the fungus A, something like that. So I'm not sure. Actually, Jane was meeting with Dr. Ferguson and a couple of other people to try to like make a protocol, like a more standard official protocol. Now that we know about the PCR test and everything, and I was out of town that day, so I don't know what they came up with. So. No, I didn't torture Bobble's tail for nothing. It's still good to remove the infected stuff because it's producing spores. In fact, they say that you should, there's some debate about whether shaving the cats leads to faster resolution of ringworm. Because the hair, usually the spores will adhere to the hair. And so the more hair you have, the more spores you will be producing and carrying, in theory. But I don't know. I think treating the lesions topically, I think helps, and I think it reduces the number of spores being produced, but there's not a lot of evidence to support that, honestly. So, yeah. I could have probably not done so much on her tail, but I do think it would have taken longer to get a negative that way. But she may not have been so mad at me. It's never black and white. She's quite happy now, though. And her tail is very cute, with its little pom-pom on the end. Pranceroo, he's so frisky tonight. Did you see, I don't know if it was last night or the night before, Jag was burrowing under this thing, and Sippy was attacking him. It was pretty funny. Pretty funny. Look at my lap jaguar. Oh, he's so handsome. So this is why I'm testing the environment, so that, let's say hypothetically, a new pregnant mom comes to my house sometime soon. We won't have to worry about this horrible ringworm situation happening. Because that would be dreadful. And long-haired cats are more susceptible to ringworm. If hypothetically there was a floofy cat, a floofy mom cat coming here at some point soon. So I have left a message with the Jungle Mom man, and of course I didn't get to call him till it was 20 minutes before the game started, so probably that's why he didn't answer. But so I will try again tomorrow, although tomorrow there's going to be some excitement with these guys leaving, and then I have to take my samples to Mountain View. Look at my little lap jaguar. Isn't he adorable? Oh my goodness, so adorable. Get it. So it's going to be a busy day. Also, I have actual work that I'm supposed to be doing sometimes, other than just kittens. I know. Unthinkable. Laps is doing National Cupcake Day, which is where people host cupcake parties and basically bake and sell cupcakes to benefit Laps. And so I have some stuff to do for that. And then also shelter challenge. We're pretty close. Pretty close. Actually, last I checked, we were, maybe 0.35 away from first, but can't seem to catch them. And I think Facebook got enough spam complaints that they've shut me down for a while because I'm not getting likes or anything. I think what they do is they'll show you more or less. This is what they used to anyway. You get shown more or less depending on certain things, and I'm guessing that all of my constant posts over the first couple weeks got me shut down a little bit. So we're not getting nearly the exposure that we were getting. So that's why I'm not doing it. I'm kind of taking it easy on that for a while to see if I can get back in the swing of it. Yes, I will post to Cat Pack and SA. Yeah, it's been quite busy. It's been quite busy over here, and I expect it will be quite busy also for the next, foreseeable future, just with Jungle Mom capture going on, and let's say if there was a house guest and other things. Look at them, they're so good at tetherball. So I will try to stay on top of it as much as possible. But it's been busy over here. Busy. Look at these handsome boys. So handsome. Pantheroo's not very. He's not very coordinated. Oh. I forgot what I was going to say. So, in case you missed the update on the Jungle Moms before, Jane from Laps did talk to the man, and he said that there has been a lot of construction behind his building, and he hasn't seen any cats back there for a couple of months, but he did manage to trap one of the moms, and he brought her to his neighborhood in Surrey, and so we're hoping that we can at least bring her in, and we're still going to try to do a TNR at the site, but we will need to get permission, and it will depend on a number of things that are still unknown. So we're hoping that at a minimum we can get one mom in and get her taken care of. And then depending on how feral she is, we will potentially try to rehome her, or if she's just completely feral, then we will return her to his neighborhood. Because at least she'll have someone looking after her there. And Kiara, yes, we need to find her a new home. So I haven't had any interest at all. So that's kind of a bummer. I'm not sure what's going to happen there. Nadine was going to... We've been trying through various channels to find someone for, it's probably going on a month now, and poor Nadine is, you know, being great about being so patient, but at some point she's not going to be able to keep this up. So I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if that's going to be a tough one. So hopefully we can find her someone before the end of the month. She said she would give it till the end of the month. So we're really hoping that someone will take an interest. Whoa! I'm advertising the posts on Facebook just to the local area, so quite a few people are seeing them. It's a tall order to find a family without a cat, who wants a senior cat. So we'll just keep trying and do whatever. Yes, so I have gotten attached to these two. Yes, I have. Yes, I have. They have a new Facebook page if you haven't seen it already. It's posted on the Tiny Kittens page. I think it's Jaguar and Siberia. That's a good page to follow. I missed the Lynxtigator too, and Ocelot, and Kugma. Did you see the adorable picture of Kugma in their little bed tonight? So cute. I saw Panther on Wednesday. I think it was Wednesday. He is enjoying himself. his older siblings have not quite adjusted just yet, but they also just got him back last week or 10 days ago maybe. So, because he was here for so long. So he's still relatively new to them. But he is like in Dawn's lap constantly. So he's a lucky guy. And he's starting to be potty trained. She said he has not had any accidents yet, which is very impressive. So he's doing great. Yes, it is wonderful, all the Facebook pages. Hello, Luana. I love the Ocelot Libby saga. I haven't actually seen the new updates. I'm looking at them now. Poor Libby with her cone. I'm still trying to train mine, but when there are kittens running around, they need to have litter boxes out. So it doesn't really, I can't really train them with the kittens here. As long as they're running around in the house. So I will get back into it actually tomorrow. Once they leave, I will once I get the room cleaned and everything put away and stuff, we will begin again for the like third time. Such a big kitten. Luana, is Ocelot teething yet? Leo is probably done. Sibby Sibs is done. Jag's in progress. Bobbles is in progress. Oh, Panther had not started yet as of Wednesday. Let's see, can we see your teeth? Oh, he's got his bottom teeth. Let me see, on that side anyway. Yep, he's got his big bottom teeth and he's got 2 upper canines. Oh, well, we've got lots of teeth. Bobbles has double canines, upper and lower. She's like a little shark right now. Oh, you're so cute. Everybody's so sleepy. I gave the teenagers a double portion of food tonight. Oh, Prancy, that's nice though, pink. Bunny had a big day. She's napping. I don't know where Barty. I think Barty was asleep downstairs, not interested in coming upstairs. So what else? I don't think. Oh, it's been a weird couple of weeks, huh? A lot of waiting for information and like excitement exciting things to come, but not a lot of information about them. So not much going on that front. Lots going on behind the scenes, though. A little too much, as always. A little too much. You know how I was trying to do that, the Gala software for the Laps Gala back in November when all these kittens were like so sick, and I was trying to get it done in time. Well, someone there wants me to do it for their gala next week. It's a week from Wednesday, with a few changes. So I said I would, and so I've got to get that done now. I was like, January, that's weeks away. I can do that, no problem. And I will. I'll get it done. Hopefully this week. That is for the BC Agriculture Council. Kim, have you met the cat at Laps in the boardroom? Have you been to the Laps boardroom lately, Kimsies? So here's what happened with that. I was at Mountain View with City Sibs on Monday. Wait, no, Friday. It's hard to believe it's only been 2 days. So I was at Mountain View, and Laps had sent this cat in to see if she was preggo, and I just happened to be there. So got the x-rays hot off the press. First it was the City Sib jumping for joy x-ray, and then we looked at the other one. And then I was like, how am I going to make this work? But she is very, she's very cool looking, very unique looking, kind of like, she's kind of floofy, pretty floofy actually. Kind of like Lynxy, a little floofier than Lynxy. And she is kind of Siamese looking, but like whitish paws. Very cute. Which is unusual, very unusual for this early in the year. Usually we don't get them this far along until next month, so I was not expecting that. I was sort of expecting that one of the jungle moms might be pregnant, because this is the time where they would start getting pregnant for the first round of kittens. So we will cross that bridge when we come to it. And I think, yes, we will probably treat Jungle Mom as if she has or is carrying ringworm. We will have to be very careful. Again, it depends on how wild she is. But she will probably go directly to Mountain View and then potentially into ISO at Laps. They have to do treatment differently on a pregnant mom, but it's less likely that she would be actively infected unless she was as sick as these guys were, which is unlikely. So it's unlikely that she is actively infected with ringworm at this point, but it's possible that she has spores on her. Less possible, again, because she was moved. She's been relocated. So I'm assuming that since the species of ringworm that they carried came from rats, and there's a food warehouse adjacent to the place where the man works, I'm assuming that that's where the source of the ringworm is. So we definitely are going to be very careful about not exposing her to anyone else, and doing all the decontamination and gloving and gowning and all that stuff. But I'm hoping that she is not going to be infected, but we'll see. We won't know till we know, I guess. Hopefully not. I know, I kind of do need a break, and poor house human definitely needs a break. Because it's been a rather harrowing couple of months over here. Not just from kittens, just from all the other crazy stuff going on. So we're both kind of exhausted, but I don't know. Maybe we'll go on vacation someday. Someday. Kittens are fun anyway, right? Everybody likes kittens. Kittens. And they're usually much, much healthier when they come with a mom. I know, I'm hoping they're healthy too. Whew. So if this all works out, it would be probably 10 to 14 days from Friday. So, it all depends on. I need to make sure that the environment is clear before I expose anyone to it. So that's the next big hurdle for me. And I haven't cleaned the basement yet, so I have to do that at some point. That's going to take a while. Yes, so Kitten Cam fan is saying our kittens were targets because they weren't healthy. Yes, everything that happened to them, all of those things are opportunistic. So as soon as the immune system is compromised by one thing, all of the other things go to town, and just everything goes downhill really fast, as you saw. So healthy cats usually won't become infected by ringworm, and they're better able to fight off all the other parasites as well. So hopefully yeah, it's a lot easier when there's a mom, and they're a lot healthier. They'll definitely have worms and who knows, what other things. But when they're born here, and as long as the mom is hopefully healthy, it should be much, much easier than these guys. So that will be nice. Oh, get it. Yeah, so the jungle mom, right, so he did manage to catch one of the jungle moms and he brought her back to his neighborhood and is feeding her there. So I'm assuming that we will be able to get her relatively easily. I don't know, he may even be able to catch her and hold her for us. I'm not sure. So that's one of the things I need to find out from him. And then he hasn't seen any of the other cats around his business for a couple of months because of the construction. So that phase of the plan will be a bit more involved. And we're hoping, I'm hoping that we can get to her before she's pregnant again. But it may be too late for that. So I don't know. We're just going to have to play it by ear once we get more information. So the area where they are is very industrial. There are not a lot of trees. It's a lot of warehouses and barbed wire parking lots and shipping, warehousing, lots of traffic. There's a train that goes through there. There are some like hedges separating properties, but there's really not a lot of habitat. But I can see on the Google Maps where there was a spot where I'm assuming they were all hanging out, but it is definitely gone. So, and there are big spotlights out there, and trucks and things. So I'm assuming they hopefully have relocated somewhere healthier. But I don't know. It's not a great area for cats, I don't think. So we will do what we can to get to the bottom of it. Yeah, at the 11th kitten. Yeah. I don't know. The only thing that he or she would have had going was less competition for food. And often the stress of weaning will trigger some of these, like the upper respiratory and things like that. It will stress their immune systems. So potentially, I mean, I don't know, it's possible, but I don't know, I don't think it's very likely that there will be an 11th kitten, but I don't know, I hope so. It's hard to say. It's hard to say. Jag, for example, didn't get the upper respiratory very badly. He had it a little bit when he was in ISO, but it wasn't as bad. Although I was treating them, so I don't know. It's really hard to say how the 11th kitten would have done on his own with two moms. I don't know if they were sharing. At least he would have gotten lots of food, which is good. So maybe we'll find out. It's all a big mystery. The 11th kitten. That's funny. Oh, Jaggy Jag. So anyway, I don't have tiny suitcases. It's more like a tiny pile of things for them. Thank you to Marg and Pam and Carol and everybody who gave them things. I think it would be nice for them to have a little reminder of their siblings during the transition, because these blankets, they'll smell like Panther, Linkstigator, and Margay. So they have a little bit of a familiar smell, which is good. That's good, right? Right, boys? Although really you just need each other. As long as you have each other. Oh, City Sibs. He's a very good horizontal jumper. Oh, you know what? I actually brought Jaggy Jag a straw home from the store. Oh, did you see that? I hope that was on the cam. That was a total Siberian ninja roll, and it was, he actually caught the thing. It was really amazing. Maybe you can, maybe I'm gonna watch now and see if you can see it. Oh, that was so awesome. Oh. I know, I can't believe last night with our little jungles. Remember when I thought they were only going to be here for 2 weeks? October 15th is the day they came, and it's January 19th? 20th? Tomorrow will be the 20th. That's 3 months. A little more than 3 months. It's been a wild ride, boys. I'm gonna go get you your straw. Oh, Marty, are you outside?